Last we left off, Jun got high, really, really high with Granny. And you guys found another quest to go and find Herbert's dog. At which point you all met up and you were about to potentially make your way out of town. You were in the centre. Jun was following along, kind of half there. So what are you all going to be doing?
What are you blasting?
What?
I have no idea what you just said.
You're Eldritch blasting.
Oh, and just checking if my rolls work.
Okay.
Definitely not trying to hit you.
I thought you were just Eldritch blasting in this quiz. June, wake up! We've got a job to do.
Please don't. Some water will suffice.
Oh, there are literally
So-
streams going down either side of the little township.
So, guys,
What time of day is it? About-ish?
It is late afternoon to early evening, roughly.
Late afternoon, early evening. So we could, theoretically, go into the forest right now and search for the dog, maybe even some foraging along the way. Or we could do that tomorrow morning, when there is daylight.
You said it was like late. It's kind of like early evening, so there
Will
is
we
still
not
sunlight
pass?
at this point, right?
Yeah, there's still plenty of lights, yeah.
In that case, Brandon will say, well, Dave, considering that we don't know how long this dog was actually missing for, we did neglect to ask that, but I don't know, if it's kind of on the way out of town and we were probably going to do foraging anyway, I think even if we can't spot them, doing a little bit more foraging might still be helpful to us, just so we're at least using the rest of the time today, and if we don't come across the dog just while we're searching, then I agree with you, we could do that tomorrow, but I wouldn't advocate for just going back to the shop at this point. But that's just my opinion.
are we foraging for glue balls or the psychedelic mushrooms Granny is looking for?
I mean, true enough, we could do either of those things. I mean, we'll be coming back this way regardless tomorrow, either to sell those, well, to give those to Granny or to do this. So, I mean, we could try to do two birds with one stone, get Granny's stuff and find this dog, and then when we come to town tomorrow, we can turn both those jobs in at once, do a little bit more foraging for blue balls and such, and then tackle the mines again.
I like that idea. Even more, because I also spoke to, who was it? It was the dude selling the rat meat.
Oh, yeah.
Since we do have a lot of deer meat,
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
he is willing to buy some.
Okay, that's awesome. Does he have the carcass, or do you still have that?
it's
What did
draining at home, right?
Oh, yeah, right. You were just
not
inquiring
home,
about
at
it.
the shop.
Jeez, my short-term memory is absolutely terrible. I swear, I must hit my head about 3 or 4 times a day for the things I forget.
To be fair, there is a lot.
Are
happening.
you sure it's not just entering the hot box that's affecting you?
Yeah, you know what? It could be that I have a really low tolerance for drugs. I tell you what. I walk along my street at home, and there's just kids like smoking skunk everywhere. You can smell it halfway down the road. Honestly, it is absolutely terrible. I'm guessing it must just be bringing back some awful memories. But anyway, I'm talking too much, and we've still got things to do. So, do we want to move on to the forest, or do we have other business here in town?
Yeah.
Despite that,
No business.
you feel the munchies going
Oh, I
on.
don't.
Roll me a con save.
Which one of us?
Can't save.
Pizza. You don't need to eat now, but you may do in the future.
I glance over at the red meat for a second.
You see it spittling away, the fat spitting away from the meat, dripping.
Just looking.
It's like that. Kara's halfway through, chucking one down a gob.
Brandon.
No, I prefer not to deep throat red for the rest of my life. Is there any other establishment that even sells food here? Like an inn, a tavern, a restaurant, brothel?
There are generally
Probably stuff.
some bits of dried meat and whatnot being sold at a few of the vendors. There is an inn in this building here. I'd say you'd be able to see that in passing as you've moved around. It serves food in there.
Do you also know what the other buildings are?
All of the other buildings seem to be residences.
Ah, okay. You
There's
know,
more buildings than that, but
we could have went to the tavern for getting quests. It's usually the place where quests are given. Maybe there's even a notice board.
Yeah, I think I did go that way at one point, I think. I don't actually remember how I came across this job. I was just going around and someone just seemed to know. I kind of just went around. I think I got lucky, to be quite honest with you.
But we did get the quest, so all in all, it's a success.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we can head out. use the remaining. Well, what do I even want to say? Wait. Make
Are
the
you okay?
best of the. Yeah, I'm okay. Make the best of the remaining daylight. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Well,
going to search for
Mushrooms, glue balls, paw prints.
actual dog.
I think we should prioritize the pay jobs and look for glue balls if we have
Mushrooms
time.
and the dog.
Yeah, I would
Make
say
them
so.
white with purple spots. So I start making my way to the bridge. This way, right? Yeah. I just noticed what PT wrote in the chat.
Yeah,
How did you? How?
I think that's a
Why?
new. I think that's a new record for add that quote in one of these. Well, it's not really a stream, but you know what I mean. Session, I guess.
You made your way over the bridge and into the forest following the rough directions that you were given, which has you heading north through the woods, sticking somewhat close to the coastline. So, are you wanting to forage whilst you're moving around as well?
Yes.
Your focus, however, is on tracking down the animal
I would say
In which
Brandon's
case,
is.
and the
Okay.
mushroom.
and mushrooms. I'm going to still let you have advantage, giving you focusing on foraging as well and looking at the undergrowth for the dog.
Right, June?
Oh. Okay. Oh.
An 11.
I have advantage.
Oh, but
That's
21,
what I
that's
have
better.
about.
Okay. After approximately an hour's worth of searching in that direction, you stumble across a patch of snowballs and glue balls kind of combined together. Roll 3d6 followed by 4d8.
Fireballs.
Okay, so you find 6 snowballs followed by 12 glue balls.
We have 56 glue balls now and 20 snowballs. I'm getting quite a lot of glue balls actually.
We're gonna need them, I think.
How much do we have? Glue balls?
You said 56,
56.
didn't you?
6. Yeah, that's a good amount.
It would be 14 for each of us, if I can math.
Can you search along?
That's right.
Following the routes, I'll give you one more check as well, again with advantage.
Oof.
Oh, a 7 and
Oh,
an 8.
Roll a
I'm
d4.
stoned. Okay.
Oh, that's all.
Well, rummaging around, you don't really manage to see much of anything. However, just before you move on from the current area you are, again about an hour later, Jun, something white catches your eye underneath a log. You go in to inspect it, and you can see that these are white mushrooms with some purple spots on. You find 4 of them.
Nice.
They are nice and slimy.
Why did you have to say it like that?
I said it worse than that.
Yeah, he's telling the truth, he definitely.
At this point, you come out to the somewhat exposed area near the river where Herbert had last been with his dog. The area is mostly an open space with some sandy beach besides where the river is. There is forest dotted out all over the place. Obviously, the pathway that you've walked up, and there are several other potential pathways that you could go down further along.
Meeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I whistle as hard as I can.
Hey, John, I don't suppose you can see any obvious tracks just around here, can you?
So you whistle, give me a performance check, see how well you whistle.
Natural. Oh.
Natural 8.
Perfectly average.
It's a good whistle, you know. Yeah. It startles some birds away, they flutter away, but nothing happens.
No, okay.
Can I check the tracks to see if I see any prints?
Okay, give me a regular survival check.
One regular coming up. Ooh!
21.
You start looking around, you can see some footprints from when Herbert was there previously, and you do see tracks scattered around in the sand. They disappear as the sand turns into dirt. However, as you continue looking around, you see trace of fluff against a bush further in. And beyond that, you see a paw print in a small bit of dirt. You might have a trail to follow there.
Point in the direction of the fluff. The print.
Oh, okay.
I think that could be Skippy.
Yeah, that it didn't say the other life. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really see it before, but now you pointed it out. So, yeah, you reckon we could follow that trail further?
Ah, sure. I can try my best to it.
Okay, awesome.
You begin to wind your way through the woods following the trail, and it starts to become a little bit less common to see it until eventually it disappears down what seems to be a ridge of sorts. The land raises up in front of you, and this seems to go into a crack that formed in the ridge.
Alright.
So he's probably on the other side, safe to assume, but no more footprints. Being on the ridge, if I'm standing on top of it, how far can I see?
I didn't shred that particularly well. Where you are, say, is ground level. In front of you, it steadily increases in height going down this way. Kind of like a slope going up. This spot here basically goes into the slope. It seems to like be a crack, like if there's been an earthquake and the ground's cracked apart slightly, creating it basically like a chasm.
Oh, these nuts.
Yeah. Oh, it could be a possibility.
I don't think it would hurt to whistle again, does it?
I don't suppose so. I mean, I think we followed the trail this far, and if this is where it ends, I guess you might assume that they're nearby.
Alright, whistle.
Also, out their name, maybe.
Well, he responds to whistles, so now whistle as loudly as I can with an 11.
11.
Slowly but surely.
Slightly above average.
You whistle and you stop and you listen and you hear a yip, basically.
Do I know where the sound is coming from?
It seems to echo down the chasm towards where you are. It's quiet. Sounding far away, but it echoed off the walls of it.
Down this side or like down in?
Down in.
Well, he fell into the hole.
Yeah, but they're alive, obviously, because they answered you.
Yes.
I start taking out my rope. A 50 foot of rope.
I take a small branch or pebble, cast light on it, and then drop it down the crack.
Oh yeah, you can see, huh?
It drops
Yeah.
down and lands about 15 foot down, roughly.
It's only 15-ish.
So as it stops, it then starts to roll slightly, going down,
Downwards?
going down, going down.
I follow it.
It stops approximately there, and it's gone down to about 30 foot deep.
Alright. I have an idea.
There's a bit more light in there.
Which one of us would be the lightest?
You.
I check the group for a moment. Oh, okay.
Women are generally lighter than men.
Alright, so we're gonna put a rope around my waist, the good firm knot. The three of you slowly lower me down.
Yeah, I'll just get on with the rope there.
We have some pitons.
It would be helpful if we had that. Yeah, let me just check my bag for that.
I have some.
And then try to make a rope going down. But here's my question though, because where I'm standing right now, it's about 30 feet-ish, I believe.
Okay. Yep.
And at the other end, it was 15. So
I think the one that goes 15 down would be safer. And while you guys
would
hold
just-
on to the rope, yeah, you walk along the side while I go more down.
Yeah.
you want to go alone? Because we don't know what's there.
If Skippy has been there for some time, I think he's safe.
We hope.
And if not,
Probably
well,
is.
that's life.
Standing here on the edge, do I see Skippy or like is the crack from the above side still open? I should say.
It is, however, it is quite dark around the pebble is only given so much light.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I ask, considering Brandon has dark vision, can he see any better?
As you look down, you can see over in this. Oh, sorry, it's not sealed properly. Look down, you see it splits off in two directions. One seeming to go back towards over here, shows again, looks there, and the other one goes down a bit more again.
Can Brandon see any sign of Skippy? Right. Okay, so Brandon will just relay that information to the group saying, right, my vision is a little bit better for the dark, so it kind of like goes off a little bit that way, and then Brandon points back in the opposite direction, and it kind of like doubles back this way as well, so there is quite a bit to explore down there.
I think it would be better if we all go walking down.
Assuming we
because
yeah.
because we don't know how deep it goes. If it goes
Yeah.
further than 50 feet, we cannot go along with you.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the thing we've got to consider as well, just to your point, Dave, that just because where Skippy is safe doesn't mean that the path that we're taking in order to get to where Skippy might be is going to be. They might just
That
be.
also, yeah.
They might just be in a sweet spot where they are, but we might need to. Yeah.
So we put the pittons in the ground, attach the rope to it at the 15 feet point,
Yeah.
then one by one lower ourselves into the chasm.
Walk along the ground, yeah.
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 Okay, not gonna bother making any rolls for that. So you're simply able to do it relatively easily. You then begin to scale down into the.
Since I've been walking here out of well, just because. But would it be wise for me to be the first one?
I don't think so because you can't see properly.
Well, I mean, I was going to say that
Yeah.
I'll probably walk up front, even though I'm, well, the most fragile. I can see pretty well in the dark, so can at least guide you to, well, where we're going.
All right. One in front, one behind.
Yeah, because then nothing will sneak up behind us, hopefully. Right, so which way are we going? Do we want to go this way first, or do we want to
Further down.
go down? Okay, so Brandon will start moving forward gingerly, stopping every so often just to let the group, well, more specifically Jane, because I think Jun can see in the dark as well, can't she?
Yeah,
But
I can.
depending on how dark it gets, I will use light.
Yeah, okay.
It just does get quite dark around here.
Then I use light so I can see at least 20 feet or 40.
So,
Which was it?
Should I use one of the scent sticks Granny gave us for the dog?
it depends on if the dog is trapped tonight, because
Ah,
I mean, that might get him to yelp, but I think honestly at this stage we just walk around to see if we can see it first. Don't really want to risk attracting the attention of anything else that might be down here.
we're going through the crack, on and on we run.
Crash your back. What?
As you round this corner, you see a mass of vines writhing around two bundled objects.
What the?
Guys, we.
Where
Oh, wait,
did we
no!
go?
Sorry, I clicked something then. I sent you
I,
all the.
I thought it walked us out. So that was the wrong way. Walk to the beginning of dungeon. I hate these. I hate this.
I always get. I'm like we walk on up on that and we just suddenly disappear.
Oh, not to do that bloody thing to pull up the image. Damn it.
Sorry, I don't have it.
No, okay, never mind. I'll put a bigger version of it on.
I think we can kind of make it out anyways. It's a larger token. It's obvious enough that we can be afraid of it.
Yes.
I'm zoomed in all the way.
Even on the bigger token, it's still terrifying.
The vines are wrapped around two bundles. One of them you can see yellow fur, but it's a grey dog because it's the token that I had.
Mhm.
And the other one is completely enshrouded.
Right. I'm going to say that I'm guessing Brandon sees us first since he was leading the group.
Yes.
The instant he sees that, he's just going to kind of like put his arm up and he was just going to turn his head and like do a shush gesture. And lowering his voice, he's like, yeah, I think we found the dog, but it's, yeah. Have you ever seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
What's that?
Wait, not the
What?
Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm thinking of, oh, God, what's that musical with the man eating plant? You know, Feed Me Seymour. What? Yeah, basically that's around the corner.
It doesn't help at all.
Does not
Yeah, it's like a man eating plant. We probably want to exercise some degree of caution.
man eating plants?
Yes.
How big?
Brandon
Like a
gingerly looks on the
piranha
corner.
plant
It's
from Super Mario.
it is big. It is like really big. Yeah, Skippy's also there as well. So,
I also
Yeah.
peek around the corner.
oh, Little Shop of Horrors. That's right. Not Rocky Horror Picture Show. Jeez, where did I get that from?
I throw a stone with which I cast light on next to the plant. It's the thingy.
You throw the stone, and as the stone lands and clatters around, one of the vines sweeps out and curls around the stone.
I do it again, but this time without the light.
Again, another vine slips out, going around the stone.
So it's
And at this point, the entire mass starts to shift slightly.
Right, guys, maybe we should back up a little bit.
it can move. It can move.
As you watch, it starts to slither in your direction.
I'm moving
Right,
backwards.
yeah, we're moving backwards as well.